Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of the Midweek Mini. We've made it to the midpoint of the week, finally. Now, every year it seems like January is the longest month of the entire year. Time seems to move more slowly, and by the time we've reached the middle of the month, it feels like it should be January 74th. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. Every year, there seems to be so many memes talking about this very kind of thing on social media. And I mean, it's the exact same length of a month as December, but it feels like it drags on forever. Well, apparently scientists did some research on this very subject, and today we're going to talk about what those scientists found. Stick around.
Triple Studios proudly presents the Midweek Mini. And here's your host, Henry.
All right, y'all. Now, we all know that from the end of October to the end of December, and really until the 1st of January, it's nonstop holidays. So for a lot of us, that means nonstop parties, get-togethers, dinners, shopping, cooking, cleaning, and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So from Halloween to New Year's Day, we're pretty much busy, and the time just seems to speed along. Next thing you know, it's January the 2nd, a new year, and time for some downtime. Well, when we start slowing down, time seems to slow down too. And like I mentioned earlier, it seems like by the time we've reached this time of the month, it feels like the date on the calendar should say January 74th or some insane number like that. Well, a professor at the University of London, Dr. Ta, says that, quote, starting January after Christmas leads to boredom, which leads to the impression that January has slowed down, end quote. Well, Dr. Ta is an expert on time perception. So with that in mind, I guess the phrase time flies when you're having fun has some truth to it. Researchers say that because when dopamine levels are higher, neurotransmitters in our brain speeds up our internal clocks, making it seem like the time is moving faster. Professor David Whitmore of UCL also explains that even though the days are technically getting longer after the winter solstice, they still feel like they're shortening, and that leads us to feel like the day is ending earlier, and it's earlier than what it actually is. So even though January feels like 3 months rolled into one, it's not, and we're just bored. So it's a new year, so maybe we all need to find a new hobby. Now I'm going to switch gears and give you all an update on what I found recently about the Harmony Montgomery case. Over the weekend, police searched the home in Manchester where Harmony once lived with her dad, Adam. There's a major focus on that home on 77 Guilford Street because it was the last known location that Harmony was known to live at before her disappearance in 2019. Now, it hasn't been revealed what authorities have found, if anything, but authorities were spotted carrying an orange bucket and blue tarp behind the house. Now, that area of the yard had been closed off with police tape. They were also seen carrying away sections of home insulation as well. Now, police records show that they've been called to that home 29 times between 2018 and 2021. Current homeowners at that address are not involved in the case, but they're fully cooperating with the investigation. Now, on that same day, Harmony's mom, Crystal, attended a vigil for Harmony. She told reporters that she'd never give up looking for Harmony. Now, emails have been published that Crystal sent to the mayor's office 2 days before police announced that Harmony was missing. In the email, she wrote, "Please, I'm begging for the help in finding my daughter before she ends up like that little boy that just passed away." And the little boy that Crystal was referring to is 5-year-old Elijah Lewis from Merrimack, who had been found dead in October. Crystal went on to say that Adam had never enrolled Harmony in school, and Harmony had missed countless doctor's appointments that were important because of the disability that she has with that one eye. On Tuesday, it was also reported that Harmony's stepmom, Kayla, is facing more charges related to the food stamps fraud case. On Monday, her attorney filed a motion to have her bail revised, but the Attorney General's office objected to that motion and added on more charges. Kayla is now facing 8 more misdemeanor charges of welfare fraud in connection to fraudulently receiving food stamp benefits for a child after Harmony was no longer living in the home. A felony charge was also added, and that charge is theft by deception. Now, prosecutors in the case are hoping that the added charges will add pressure on Kayla and encourage her to talk. An arraignment for the new charges is scheduled for Thursday. Now, also announced yesterday was that on Monday, police had concluded a large-scale grid and dig operation in the backyard of that residence on Guilford Street. But they're declining to say whether anything was found or not. But they did say that this is an active and an ongoing investigation. Sorry, y'all, it's early. The reward for information to find Harmony is now over $100,000. If you have any information at all, you're urged to call and text the 24-hour tip line at 603-203-6060. That number again is 603-203-6060. And I'm also going to put that in the description of today's episode. Well, that's all that I have for this morning's episode. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Join me again on Friday evening for What the Friday.